everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from the Complete Irish Pub cookbook. Today's recipe is going to be leek and potato soup. So you do have a few things to do ahead of time, but it actually doesn't take very long. One thing that you're going to need is 2 potatoes cut into 3/4 inch cubes, which I have sitting on a cupboard right here in front of me. You're also going to need 1 onion chopped up and 3 leeks sliced. Now, if you've never sliced a leek or you don't really know how to do it, so a leek kind of looks like a really big green onion, except for the green foliage part, it's not really edible, it's too rough. You can use it for other things, but it's not something you would just want to eat. So you're going to cut that green part off, and then peel away. There'll be like a white bulb left, kind of like on a green onion. You're going to peel away any rough, what looks really rough from around that as well. And then you're going to cut the end off of that bulb that has like little roots coming out of it. And then you just slice it up like you would, you know, just slice it just like these into little circles like these. Okay. All right, and you can make them as thick or as thin as you want, depending on what the recipe calls for. This one, it doesn't say, so I would say just do whatever you want. Okay, the only other thing that you are gonna need is 2 tablespoons of snip fresh chives for garnish if you want it. So you can do that as well if you would like, okay? So to get this started, you're going to take 4 tablespoons of lightly salted butter and put it in a pan to melt. And then once it's melted, which I've already put it in here, you're going to add all of your vegetables, your leeks, your potatoes, and your onion. And you're going to put it in the pan and fry it up for just about 2 to 3 minutes until they start to soften. You don't want them to brown or anything like that. You just kind of want them to soften up a little bit. Okay. Get the rest of this in there. That is a lot of vegetables, you guys. Lots of vegetables. Give you guys a look. Look at all these vegetables in there. Fills up almost that whole pan. Okay? All right, so let's give this a little stir. All right, and we're just gonna let that cook for a few minutes here. Now, the other thing that you are going to need for this recipe, which I'm guessing that they have this over in Ireland and England and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever heard of it in the United States unless it's in some of the bigger cities or something, or maybe down south or something. But this calls for, and it's for the garnish part, so it's not something you have to do. It's just something to kind of pretty it up a little bit when you're serving it, but it calls for light cream. So I looked it up because of the fact that, at least in this part of the United States, nobody's ever heard of light cream before. And so I looked it up, and it says that, you know, it is something over in England and Ireland. And a substitute for it would be just take heavy cream and mix it 1 part heavy cream with 1 part of milk and stir that together. Now, to me, a little bit sounds like half and half, but they said half and half has less fat than what you need, and that if you use heavy cream and milk, so if you do like 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 cup of milk, you will get kind of like a light cream. I don't think it's going to be the exact, but it'll be about the fat content that it needs for it. So if you guys want to do that, you can. You don't have to. Like I said, it's just for the garnish. Okay, so these should be getting cooked up here pretty good. Just wanting them to get soft, which it looks like the leeks are starting to, and so are the onions. The potatoes probably not, because, you know, they take a little longer to cook, but that's okay. Get a few more stirs here. See how they feel. Oh yeah, they're starting to soften up. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys here real quick. So we just got this here. They're just kind of starting to soften up a little bit, get a little more flimsy and things like that. So that's where you want them at. All right, so once you get them softened up a little bit, Let's go. Let's see. You're going to add 3.5 cups of vegetable stock, okay, which is what this is. But I'm kind of wondering. So here on the camera, it kind of looks yellowish. Here, it kind of looks pinkish. I wonder why. I have to look up and see what all is in the vegetable stock to see why it kind of has a pinkish color to it. Okay, so you're going to dump that in there. And then you're going to bring that to a boil, and then you're going to reduce the heat and cover this and let it simmer for 15 minutes. So while it's simmering, if you want, you can go ahead and get your light cream ready if you want it. Cut up your 2 tablespoons of chives if you want that. The next step is going to involve either an immersion blender or a blender, regular blender itself. So if you have one of those, you can go ahead and get that out while this is simmering, okay? So again, bring it to a boil, turn it down, and cover it and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. So I'll be back as soon as that's done, and we will do the next step. So it's been boiling or simmering now for 15 minutes. So this is what it looks like when it comes out. And I had to move it over to the counter because I don't have plugs over by my stove. So to use the immersion blender, I have to bring it over here. Okay, so basically what you're gonna do is you are going to, so you can either use an immersion blender for this, or you can use a regular blender or a food processor, okay? So if you're gonna use the immersion blender, you can do it right in the pan. If you're gonna use a food processor or a blender, of course you have to pour this into the food processor or the blender. And then it says to wash out the pan because you're gonna put it back in there. I'm not sure why you need to wash out the pan, but you know, it says to wash out the pan before you put it back in once you're done blending it, okay? And you're gonna process this until it's smooth and then return it to its heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all blended up, and then I will come back and show you guys what it looks like when it is blended up. And then we're just gonna reheat it, and then we'll be ready to serve it up and taste it. So I'll be back in just a few, you guys. So now we have got it all blended up and it's looking pretty good. Just a word of caution. The, you know, sometimes the immersion blender will spit and you might get hot soup on you. So, but it's looking pretty good there. So it says to go ahead and put it back on the stove to heat it back up. I'm not really sure that it needs that. It still seems pretty hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then I will be back in just a minute to serve it up and show you guys how it looks, okay? So I'll be back in just a minute, you guys. So it is all ready. So here is the soup. It's kind of a little bit thick looking, kind of like a greeny, yellowy tint to it. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I have my, well, supposed to be light cream, and then my chives here. So you're just gonna basically, I think it just says to pour it in, right? Yeah, just swirl the cream in. And if you're somebody who knows how to make designs, you know, feel free, pretty it up a little. I am not somebody who knows how to do that. So we are just gonna try to make it, it's not very pretty, but that's okay. So you're gonna swirl some cream in there, put a little bit of chives on the top, and look at that. Well, you guys can't really see it. Hold on, let me bring it to you. Let me bring you to it. So look at that, isn't that cute? I think that's really cute. Okay, you guys, so let's give this leek and potato soup a try and see how it tastes. I don't think I've ever had leek and potato soup, but we'll try it. Here we go. Oops, I just dribbled some on the counter. Okay, it kind of tastes like a potato soup, to be honest. Like a potato soup with a little hint of, I guess maybe a little hint of onion. That might be the leeks. It's pretty good though. I really like it. You know, this would taste good with like a roll or something to dip in it, some bread or something to dip in it too, maybe some crackers. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everybody have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.